Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Iman Kim and I will talk about introduction. First, definition. Working capital is the difference between a company's current asset and current liabilities. It shows how well a company can manage its daily operations and meet short-term financial obligations. Current assets include things like cash, inventory, and money owed by customers, while current liabilities include bills, short-term loans, and payment to suppliers. Second one is objective. The main objective of managing working capital is to make sure the company has enough cash to support daily activities. It's help the business to operate efficiently, pay employees and suppliers on time, and handle unexpected expenses without keeping too much cash ideal. And the last one is importance of working capital. Working capital is important because it reflects the company's financial sustainability. Adequate working capital ensures smooth operation, timely payment, and the ability to respond quickly to unexpected financial needs. It also gives company flexibility to take advantage of short-term opportunities and support growth.
Hello, my name is Izul. Now I will talk about financial data analysis. So what you can see, this is the statement of financial position of our company, which is Post Malaysia Berhad in 2020. In current asset, we have contract asset, trade and other receivables, other investment, inventory, prepayment, current and tax asset, and cash and bank balance. In non-current asset, we have property, plant and equipment, investment properties, right of use asset, intangible asset, deferred tax asset, investment in subsidiaries, investment in associate, other investment and derivative financial asset. In current liability, we have loan and borrowings, lease liabilities, current tax liabilities and trade and other payable. Lastly, in non-current liabilities, we have loan and borrowings, lease liabilities, post-employment benefit obligation, and deferred tax liabilities. So, current asset can be divided into two, namely temporary and permanent. So, for temporary current asset, we have contract assets, other investment, inventories, prepayment, current tax asset, and cash and bank balance. For permanent current asset, we only have trade and other receivable.
Next, I will explain about the calculation of working capital and current ratio. To find net working capital, the formula is current asset minus current ratio. We just subtract current asset amount 604,819 minus 1,179,719, and the final answer we get negative RM 571,841,000. So, in 2024, the company current liabilities exceed its current asset. The company does not have enough short-term asset to cover its short-term obligations. Next, to find the current ratio, the formula is current asset per current liabilities. Current assets are 604,819 per current liabilities, which are 1,176,716. And finally, we will get 0.551 times. So, in 2024, the company had a current ratio of 0.51 times, showing weak liquidity because its current assets were not enough to cover its short-term liabilities. Next, I will talk about financing sources and uses for current and fixed assets. For the left side, first of all, property, plant and equipment. The type of asset is fixed asset and it is sources. Next, right of use asset, fixed asset, sources, trade and other receivable, current asset, uses, other investment, current asset, uses, inventories, current asset, sources, prepayment, current asset, sources, cash and bank balance, current asset, sources. Next, on the right, the first is deferred tax assets. The asset type is fixed asset. Net investment in subsidiaries, fixed asset, current tax asset, current asset, investment properties, fixed asset, intangible asset, fixed asset, investment in associate, fixed asset, derivative financial asset, fixed asset, and last one is contract asset, current asset. For the right, it doesn't have any sources and users because it is not given and gets an empty value.
Assalamualaikum. I am Muhammad Afifi, and now we will be discussing the working capital approach and policy. First of all, let's take a look at the working capital approach. Post Malaysia uses aggressive approach as their working capital approach. This is a high-risk approach since the current ratio for the company is less than 1, and there are also potential problems with renewing the short-term borrowing arrangements. Even though it's a high-risk approach, it will reward the company with a high return. Now, the company finances all of its fixed assets and a portion of its permanent current assets with long-term financing, as shown in the diagram on the bottom half. Now, if we take a look at the upper half of the diagram, we can see that the remaining permanent and fluctuating current assets are financed with short-term borrowings. As for working capital policy, Post Malaysia uses restricted policy. This means the company holds the current assets to a minimum with strict credit policy. This enables them to focus on other productive investment, thus will result in a higher return.
Next, we came to conclusion. For conclusion, optimal control of cash, inventory, receivables and other short-term assets enables a company to run its daily operations smoothly and efficiently. In contrast, poor management of these components can lead to liquidity shortages, production delays, and weakened purchasing activities that may disrupt overall business performance. Maintaining disciplined working capital practices is essential for sustaining competitiveness and ensuring long-term business resilience. Ultimately, consistent and responsible management of working capital is the key conclusion of this study.